and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble, your astrologer and tarot reader, here with your readings for July the 1st through July the 7th. These readings come in three sections, guys. First the intro, then the astrology report, and then the tarot reading. And there will be skip times if you're checking out your sun, moon and rising in the show more section below. So look out for that. Sometimes it takes me a minute to get all the links to the other videos down there, but check them out. These are general readings, guys. Please don't assume that everything I say here is applicable to you. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you would like a personal, more tailored reading for you, go to my website. And the link to my website is below, and just check out the kind of readings that I offer. Firstly, I want to really apologize for last week. I only got I think it was eight readings out. And I got some tragic and shocking news. I recently interviewed a wonderful astrologer, Dan First, and we recorded the interview on June the 13th, and we plan to release it on the 1st, right before the eclipse. But unfortunately, he passed away on Sunday, June the 23rd. So I just didn't have it in me to do the readings. I was deeply saddened, and I'm very upset about that loss. Anyway, I'm sorry. Out of respect, I asked his family permission to release it as we agreed upon, the time that Dan and I had agreed upon. He was excited about it. I'm excited about it. It's really a great subject. He was an astrocartographer. So check that out on Sunday night. Monday night, Monday the 1st of July. It's 6:15. It'll be released as a premiere, so I will be attending and watching with you, and I can answer questions during it. So a big thank you to Dan's family for allowing me to do that, and honor him, because he was such a lovely soul. So what else? If you haven't joined my Facebook group, the link is below. Join the Facebook group. Every 2 weeks I do a live at 5, and I do a little astrology, and then afterwards, I have my cards and I answer questions, and we have a great time. So join that group, and I'm doing live at 5 tomorrow. That's Monday, the 1st of July, just before the premiere of Dan First's interview. So join me. So let's, without further ado, let's go to your astrology report, shall we? And before I go, happy World Pride. New York is buzzing with pride and love and colour. It's so wonderful. So happy Pride to everyone. Hello everyone, and welcome to the astrology section of your reading. And so much is happening this week. It is wild and crazy. Starting off on Monday, the 1st of July, Mars, the planet of passion and action and courage, is moving into Leo. Also courage, passion, fire, and open heart. So this is a really big shift in energy, and we're probably feeling it on Sunday. It's like it's about, saying what you mean. It's about being passionate. It's about taking action. It's about moving forward. It's about being heart-centered. And so that's a lovely energy. We just have to be careful. There's, of course, fire, there's two sides to passion. Fire is that wonderful sensual passion, and then there's that angry passion, right? So we have to be aware of that for some of us. Now, where it happens in your chart depends on how it affects you. If you would like to know more about that and would like a personal reading, you can go to my website and book a reading with me that can give you some more insight on how that will affect you and all the other aspects that are happening this week. Now, the big news is this total solar eclipse in Cancer. And it's very powerful. It's that Cancer, Capricorn kind of energy that's going to play out through to 2020. Now, this is a beautiful, it's all about our home, right? Because Cancer's about home, it's about nurturing, it's about family, it's about our roots. So it's all about what's going on at home. Now, eclipses are about change. They shake things up. Sometimes there's a little fear there for some of us because the inevitable happens when an eclipse comes into play. And we have this beautiful relationship going on at the same time with Neptune, right? So Neptune is in a trine to this eclipse. And also, this is, a total solar eclipse. So this is a new moon. These are new beginnings. So depending on where it lands in your chart, of course, it's in Cancer. So Cancers are going to feel different. They're going to come out. They're going to be renewed. This is happening in their first house of their identity, who they are. What's happening for them, what's changing within you. It happens with each sign in a different house, so it happens in a different way to each person. Now, we have, it's going to be about relationships for Cancer because we've got Saturn, the planet of lessons, structure, and rules, is opposite. Right? So this is bringing in some, sometimes these lessons aren't pleasant, but they need to happen. They need to happen for us to grow, and we need to grow. So we will be looking at perhaps, or especially Cancers, will be looking at relationships. What relationships do we need to repair? What relationships no longer serve for us? What behaviors no longer serve us? What is it that's holding us back? So it's really a time of self-reflection. It's also, a time of taking care of ourselves. Are we getting enough sleep? Are we getting enough nutrients? Are we getting enough exercise? Those kind of things, we need to really look at ourselves, and are we taking care of ourselves during this time? We need to nurture ourselves, right? So eclipses can have a little fear because change, nobody likes change. And so and things happen in a way sometimes that are disconcerting. But if we can embrace that change and we can really see, it's kind of karmic too, because, Saturn is the Lord of karma, right? So this is whatever has been at play for a while is going to kind of come out, and we're going to be forced to look at some things about ourselves and about our relationships. Or, if you are a Taurus, it's going to be about finances, and so on. So, Gemini about communication. And so anyway, I'm not going to go into the actual details on each sign, but it is a huge and powerful eclipse. Now, we really need to raise our vibration during this time and really take notice of our internal dialogue, and don't let us criticize ourselves, drop it. If we notice that, we need to change that. We need to have the highest vibration at this time to get us through. And meditation, if you're into it, is wonderful for that, for raising our vibration. Now, the next big thing is on Sunday, the 7th, when Mercury stations retrograde. Yes, darling, every summer Mercury goes retrograde. And here it is again. So it is in Leo at the moment, and it is about to backtrack. And by the mid-month, I think it'll be in Cancer yet again. This is always a time of reflection, right? When Mercury goes retrograde, it's a time to go in. It's a time to look at ourselves. It's a time to reorganize, regroup, get our ducks in a row, and get all our ducks in a row, because we need to be ready to go forward. It's not like you stop doing anything. You know, Mercury rules electronics. It's the intellect. It's important to look at how we communicate and you know, reflect on what changes that we can make going forward. Organize, you know, reorganize, you know. Listen, I always say declutter the mind is meditation, right? Declutter your home. You know, do things, work with the energies. When you work with the energy of a planet, you it's like having a little motor in your back, and you know, it's like going from a rowboat to a motorboat. Right? That's what we want. We want to be propelled by the universe. We want to work with the energies of the universe to get our life forward, to move forward more productively and happily, ultimately happily, right? And we'll be moving up to a lunar eclipse mid-month, and I'll talk about that probably in the next astrological report. So without further ado, guys, let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Leo, and welcome to your reading for July the 1st through July the 7th. This is the last shuffle just for you guys. This is for Leo. For Leo, what wonderful guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give this coming week? 3 cards for Leo, please. 3. Oh, there's 1. 2 more cards for Leo, please. Oh, nearly. 2 more cards for Leo for this coming week. Oh, there you go. Wonderful. 2 cards. There you go. Now, these are clarifying cards for Leo. One last shuffle for your clarifying cards. Please clarify. Oh, there it is. Please clarify. And please. Oh, shoot. Yes. Oh, wow. Okay. Things are happening at a fast pace, darling. Okay, let's look at your cards. The first card out for you is the 5 of Cups. Clarifying the 5 of Cups is the 7 of Wands. Then you have the Fool. Clarifying the Fool is the 2 of Cups. Then you have the 6 of Swords. Clarifying the 6 of Swords is the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. 2 kings. Wow. Very, very interesting. The first card out for you is the 5 of Cups. And Leo, let me just move that there. This is about deprivation. So you're feeling deprived in some way. This is about focusing on what hasn't worked out as opposed to what you have. So this card is known as the crying over spilt milk. So it's focusing on something that's you can't have, that's gone, and that's not worth even thinking about. It's just a waste of energy. You have to focus on what you have. It's about feeling sorry for what you've lost, right? It's about focusing on what you've lost, but you're being asked to bring the attention round to what you have. In reality now, clarifying the 5 of Cups, right, is the 7 of Wands. The 7 of Wands is about taking the high road. It's about not compromising your values. So I have a feeling that you're probably beating yourself up here, and you're, you know, you can't have something that you think that you should have that you think is going to make you happy. But this is about standing in your values. Whatever you've lost, if this is a person, a lover, or, you know, a relationship, or, you know, something at work, something that didn't work out the way you wanted it to, this is about focusing on your principles and your values. It's about, you know, standing up for what is yours and what is right. And, but doing it in a way that's diplomatic and non-confrontational. It's about being creative the way you do it. But, you know, I always use this example of, you know, the jury. If there's the whole jury are all thinking one way and you in your heart know that it's not right. And instead of going along with everyone, which is the easiest thing, so this is very much what the eclipse is like. It's about doing the right thing, and sometimes the right thing isn't easy. So and that's just what the eclipse is like. We have to do the right thing for the right reason, even when it's not the easy road. So sometimes we have to take the hard road, and that's what you're being asked. And don't cry over what's not worked in the past. This is about standing up, pulling your bootstraps up, and just, you know, being heard, doing the right thing, even though it's difficult. And I'm getting that in a strong way. So this is a kind of a new journey for you, Leo. There's a start, there's a change. A big change going on. First of all, you know, this eclipse is happening in your 12th house. This is about reflection. This is about staying in the background. You don't have to shine this month. You're being asked to retreat. You're being asked to go inside. You know, sevens are about introspective. You're being asked to reassess things from behind the scenes. And this is a new journey for you. So this change sometimes can be a little fearful, right? But when the Fool comes in, the Fool takes a leap of faith, and the Fool is naive and has not had the experience of life, where it hasn't been, hasn't been dogged by life, if you will, because reality is that there are ups and downs, right? So the Fool is just out there dancing and just feels that this is one big adventure. It's childlike. It's the beginning of a journey. So you're being asked to look upon this as an adventure. And you have the Two of Cups clarifying the Fool. Remember to treat everyone the way you want to be treated. Remember to put yourself in everyone's shoes. This is also known as the Lover's card. But this is the courage to move forward, is what I'm getting. This is a courage to move forward, and this is about treating everyone with kindness and compassion. Because that's how if you want respect, you need to respect others. You need to really, when someone comes to you, you have to imagine yourself in theirs. It's compassion. Come to the table with compassion. And then you have, the next card is the Six of Swords. You're being asked to move on. The Six of Swords is, look, you've got this new journey, you've got these changes, and you must get in the boat and go. Like, we're afraid of new beginnings, right? We don't know. There's storms out there on the ocean. This boat's got some holes in it. Will it get me to the shore? I don't know. I'm scared to get in that boat. Well, yes, the sea can be choppy and it can be turbulent at times. But when the Six of Swords comes in, it is saying this change, that you need to get in the boat, because where you're at is not working. It's just not. You have to let it go. And you will get to calmer waters and greener pastures. This boat is going to put you down on a shore where there will be greener pastures. Sometimes the journey, you know, the anticipation of the journey is fearful, you know, is filled with fear because you don't know what's around the corner. None of us do. Nothing's guaranteed in life. The only guarantee in life is change. We don't know what's around the corner, but we have to take that leap of faith and we have to look upon it as an adventure and a journey. And where is this going to take me? And I think it's going to take you somewhere wonderful. You have royalty, darling. Royalty is clarifying that the Six of Swords to move on. Now, you have the King of Pentacles. You are going to manifest all that you desire through hard work. It's not going to be handed to you on a silver platter. It is going to be through hard work. And you have the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is very righteous. We have to do everything for the right reason and for the higher good of all. You have to keep that in mind. He's the champion for justice, you know. Don't take any shortcuts when the King of Swords comes in, because he'll chop your head off. He has no problem in handing down the gavel. So when he comes in, you need to not take any shortcuts and you need to just make the right decision for the right reason. It's karmic, you know. It's definitely karmic. And you really have this incredible possibility of wealth and abundance. You just got to work for it, Leo. That's what's going to happen. But you need to move on in order to get this. Leo, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video and share it with friends, family, and on social media. And comment. I live for comments and feedback. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week or sooner.